So when you talk about Judeo-Christian tradition, you're not talking just about family values and all this NEA horseplay. You're talking about the fact that everybody who believes anything orthodoxly, traditionally, believes that someday God's going to settle accounts. One time a preacher wrote an infidel wrote to a preacher down south. This happened way back in the 1920s somewhere. An infidel, one of those big farming countries up in Nebraska someplace, and wrote the preacher a letter, and he never went to church, this fellow never did. He was an atheist, at least professing. And he wrote this preacher a letter, and the letter said, "Preacher, I want to have you know something." He said, "It's September," and he said, "I work in the fields on Sunday, and I don't go to church on Sunday, and I don't tithe, and I don't believe in God, and here is September, and I got the biggest bank account of any farmer in this state." And the preacher wrote him back and said, "God doesn't settle accounts in September. He'll settle them later." Ecclesiastes 12, see the last two verses about this, furthermore, to take a knowledge of this, my son, I'm making many books, there's no end, and much studies of weariness of the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the matter, whole matter. Fear God, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring thee into judgment with every secret thing or every work, whether it be good or evil. See that thing right there? Look how that chapter begins there. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth. What are you saying? He's saying God's going to bring you to judgment. You say everything? Turn to Romans 3. You'll get it, either Testament. Either Testament. There's one stand in the Old Testament, a different stand in the New Testament, but it's the same warning. A man that doesn't live in the light of eternity cannot be trusted, because eventually he'll do what he wants to do because he wants to do it. And nothing will block him from doing it before push comes to shove. From survival, it's human nature. Me first, you next. All there is to it. Well, I got to tell him, if I wasn't saved, thank God I'm saved. I believe in heaven, I believe in hell, I'll give account of every idle word that's spoken. I'll give account the day of the judgment, man. And I have to live my life. You see me doing something you don't understand, it's because I'm thinking about way out yonder someplace. I ain't worried about this mess here. I'm way out there someplace, because that's what I'm going to hit. But if I was an unsaved man and was just an atheist, didn't believe in God or heaven or hell, I'd hire out a hit man from mafia. I'd take contracts. Ain't that a sweet thought for a pastor? You say, what? Well, what's the difference? If you're dead like a dog, then no heaven and no hell. Why not make all the bucks you can make any way you can make it? Amen? Come on, amen? Come on, folks. What's the matter with you? That's what the world looks at. That's exactly how they look at it. And that's how they do it, too. That's how they do it, too. All right, now, if those passages you look at, turn to Romans chapter 3. In Romans chapter 3, make it 2. Romans 2:16. Somebody back there at the back, stand up, read us real loud. One of you street preachers, read us Romans 2:16. Judge what? The what of men? You ready to have your secrets judged? See? You know, Christ said, nothing is done, nothing hidden be uncovered, nothing done in secret that shall not be known. You know what Christ said? For every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account for the day of judgment. You know what David said? Lord, thou knowest my down sitting, thou knowest my uprising, thou understandest my thought afar off. O Lord, there is not a word in my tongue that thou dost not know it altogether. He says in Ezekiel, the nation of Israel, thus saith the Lord, I know the things that come into your mind, every one of them. You know what David said to Solomon before David kicked the bucket and turned the kingdom over to his son Solomon? He said, you better follow the Lord because he understands all the imaginations of the thoughts. You ready to have that judged? That's what's wrong with America. They don't believe God knows what I just said. And if he does, they're in one cotton-picking mess. Nothing like a Bible to clear up a college education.